also bring volatile times. Many investors get spooked and begin to question their investments. But the thing to realize is that market volatility is inevitable, and it's a great opportunity to get in the stock market. No one at philsgang.com will tell you when the market correction is coming, and we will not promise you you're going to get rich, but we will guarantee you a good night's sleep. At philsgang.com, our number one goal is to inform investors who want to learn and invest in the stock market. We provide daily investment teaching strategies and the analysis of charting the stock market. You are informed around the clock with market webinars, market updates, working investor programs, and financial updates throughout the day. Plus, you'll enjoy the Phil's Gang customer service. Be prepared for market volatility and make profits with philsgang.com. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Would you like to know how to secure your financial future? At philsgang.com, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang staff teaches and coaches you to build a successful investing plan to achieve your goals. philsgang.com gives you instruction on how to find low-risk, high-potential investing opportunities in the stock market. If you're new to the stock market and want to master the basics of stock investing and learn how to invest in stocks with little risk, then philsgang.com is your place. Learn from their extensive collection of educational videos about investing strategies and the analysis of charting. Every weekday, philsgang.com hosts live market webinars. They post market updates throughout the day. They have working investor programs, and they provide financial updates throughout the day, and all material is archived. For only $39.95 a month, there is no other service like Phil's Gang offers. Start the new year off right. Secure your financial future with philsgang.com. Give them a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. We're a teaching format, and boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated, so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated, but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders. And now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
If you're looking to make extra income, if you're looking to pay off bills and plan for your retirement, then check out philsgang.com. Philsgang.com is an online educational service that informs you, coaches you, and guides you on how to invest in the stock market. Get daily advice to buy stocks, short stocks, and learn when to get out of your positions. Philsgang.com provides daily webinars, alerts, educational tutorials, and all material is archived. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Recommendation or solicitation hold. If consistent, we first recommend you seek out a licensed professional for advice. Get for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
We've frequently heard from members on the opposite side of the aisle that Dodd-Frank has had a significant adverse impact on our economy. To fact-check some of this gloomy rhetoric, I ask that you provide some brief responses to some of the following questions.
And she did. This is Janet Yellen, and that's Maxine Waters asking Janet Yellen all these questions. And remembering that she's part of the Obama administration, or was, and we also know the Obama administration, the cornerstone of it, is lying. Just like, hey, you can keep your doctor, you can keep your health insurance, and so on. I'm going to go through these. It's incredible, the lying that Aunt B does. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. They start talking about the community banks. And just total lies. Obama killed the community banks on purpose because he hates small businesses. And he didn't want small businesses to have access to capital. When you're a small business, you can't go out Wall Street. You're not a publicly traded company. You have to go to community banks. So he killed these community banks with 20,000 new regulations. It's unbelievable. They spend a banker now, try to get a loan from a small community bank, the ones that remain, the very few that remain, is almost impossible. Because of the 20,000 regulations. They spend more of their time on regulations. They spend 78.2% of their time on meeting new regulations. 20,000 regulations at a cost of $24 billion a year. That's 62 million hours of paperwork. That's a huge burden. That's what regulations have done to the community banks. That's why they're not loaning to small businesses. They don't have time. In fact, for every one loan officer they hire, they have to hire 6 compliance people. 6. This is all designed to put the community banks out of business, so to put the small business out of business, because, again, Obama hates small business, what they stand for. But here's what's really interesting. Pocahontas. Yes, Pocahontas. Elizabeth Warren, a.k.a. Pocahontas. Another liar. Another liar. So she's out there defending the Dodd-Frank bill, saying, oh, this bill is necessary. This bill was a wonderful bill. So we got to keep this bill to make sure. Now, this bill, remember, is killing our economy. Killing our economy. But let's keep this bill. And the reason we got to keep it, so we don't have another housing and financial meltdown. Oh, it was these banks that caused it. No, it wasn't. Sure, they were a party to it. but they didn't cause it. They were a party, but they didn't cause it. They didn't even think of it. It was Congress. See, it was Congress that caused the meltdown. It was Barney Frank. Barney Frank. But even before Barney Frank, if you go back to 1998, under Bill Clinton, it was HUD Secretary Andrew Cuomo. Back then, they wanted to start making loans. If you remember Acorn was all grumpy because they weren't, Citibank in Chicago wasn't making loans to inner city people who couldn't afford to make the payments. So under Bill Clinton, he did this because he wanted to get, of course, the votes of the inner city. And he starts with Andrew Cuomo, he was now governor of New York State, but then was the HUD secretary, and his job was to get out there and get these loans going. Forced Citibank in Chicago to make these loans to the inner city. So he goes over, he meets a guy by the name of a young attorney that works for Acorn by the name of Barack Obama. And Barack Obama was putting together a lawsuit against the Citibank for refusing to loan to people who didn't have money to buy a house. So Acorn sued Citibank, and they won. Barack Obama won. There was a huge settlement. Something like $120 million, something like that. So Cuomo says, all right, we're going to start loaning Citibank. You're going to start loaning this money to all these people who can't afford a home. Get this, it's unbelievable. So they start loaning. And so the reporters ask Cuomo, what's going on here? You know there's going to be defaults. So listen to this.
But aggressively to take a greater risk on these mortgages, yes. To give families mortgages who they would not have given otherwise, yes.
There you go. Yeah, well, because they asked, you can give people actually loans who can't afford a house, can't afford payments? Yes, we're going to be aggressive.
With the $2.1 billion, lending that amount in mortgages, which will be a higher risk, and I'm sure there'll be a higher default rate on those mortgages than on the rest of the portfolio.
Yeah, $2.1 billion. I was off, way off. They won $2 billion in this lawsuit. So here he is. He's agreed, never mind credit standards. I'm a liberal. I want you to loan to somebody who cannot make their payment in the inner city. And he was working for Bill Clinton as HUD secretary. Isn't that amazing? So they started a loan. But it didn't start there. It didn't stop there. Then it goes, and this is what really drives me. Now remember that in 1999, after the Citibank got sued and it had to start loaning, then they started to force in 2001. All of a sudden, Barney Frank. Now this was 2001, 1999, 2001. Barney Frank says, "Wait a minute, we should now force banks all over the country to loan to people who can't afford to make their payments in the inner city because we need their votes. This is all about votes." And if you remember, when Baby Bush got elected, he did the same thing. He went to the inner cities in Atlanta, to the inner city right in Atlanta, and said, 5 million you people who could not afford to buy a home, you're going to now be able to get a home. So, 5 million homes. He said the 5 million, you can all have homes now, even though you can't make the payments. This was Bush. So how'd this all happen? Well, Barney Frank, again, says to these banks, you got to start dropping your credit standards. You got to start dropping the interest rates. And so, or we're going to do the same thing to you as we did to Citibank in 1999. We're going to sue you, have Barack Obama sue you, and we'll take away their charter so you can't loan unless you start lending to these people in inner city, Atlanta, and all over the country, New York, everywhere. So it's 2001. So soon they're loaning to everybody. So Barney Frank was the head of the House Banking Committee. Senator Dodd was the head of the Senate Banking Committee. Maxine Waters, was on the House Banking Committee. It was Congress who passed the laws, not the banks. It was Congress who passed the laws that said you got to loan to people who can't afford a house. Soon, all the banks had all this bad paper. They couldn't sell the paper. A bank used to sell the paper of their mortgage so they could replenish their cash and loan to the next guy. Soon, mortgage loans went down to almost nothing because they were holding all this paper they can't sell to anybody because nobody was making their payments. And then, what caused the crash? What Congress did. Not the banks, what Congress did. We'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, unlimited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years, and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. To many, the stock market is shrouded in mystery. When do I buy? What is the stop loss? Should I invest on earnings? Is it time to sell? At Phil's Gang, we want to clear the investing fog for you. We want to make you an educated, confident investor and ultimately a profitable investor. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang team have been dedicated to teaching, guiding, and answering your investment questions. And with our new Phil's Gang website and customer support messaging system, we are available when you need us to answer your questions. philsgang.com can be accessed from your home, office, or any location where internet is available. Plus, you never miss a beat because all material is archived. From beginner to seasoned investor, Phil Grandy has been helping thousands of people learn about the stock market and producing smart investing strategies. Whether you're preparing for retirement or looking to secure your financial future, learn, invest, and profit with Phil's Gang. That's philsgang.com. For more information, call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Phil Grandy is a career businessman who's also been an entrepreneur all his life. He's used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
Anybody who puts money in my pocket is my friend, and Phil Grandy can do the same for you. Learn how to grow and invest your money. Here's Phil Grandy.
And here's our number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Join my gang. It's only $39.95. And you're going to learn how to use a chart, a color-coded technology chart. It is so good, it's incredible. Because you don't have to care about the fundamentals anymore. You know, it's just like right now. This market's all screwed up over the fact that they're trying to get rid of the Frank Dodd bill, which has killed this economy. It stopped this economy from growing, stopped you from getting jobs. It is one of the worst bills ever. Just like I said, back in 1998, Cuomo, who worked for Bill Clinton, turns around and wants to give all the subprime mortgages to people in the inner city who couldn't make their payments. Acorn sued. Who was the attorney? Obama. They won a big settlement over $1 billion. City did. Obama did. Then they started a loan to everybody, and Cuomo even admitted, oh, we're going to lose a lot of money on this, but you know what? We got to loan to people that don't have any money. But then we got Pocahontas telling us, well, you know, we got to be careful. We got to keep Dodd-Frank involved because, you know, if we had Dodd-Frank, guess what? Those nasty bankers, it was all their fault how the housing crash happened. It was all the fault of the banks. It was a total lie. It was all the Congress. Because right after Cuomo, okay, and Obama forced Citibank, Barney Frank catches on with Maxine Waters and Dodd, all liberals, say we can take and all over the world, all over the country, we can force banks to loan to people in the inner city that can't make payments. Are you kidding? So then banks were loaded up with subprime loans they couldn't sell to anybody. And so then Dodd and Frank and Maxine Waters got Congress to pass legislation to force Fannie and Freddie, who for 30 years bought loans from banks, but they had to be pristine loans. No defaults, AAA credits for 30 years. They ordered them, no more. You got to buy all these bad subprime loans from all the banks in the country because these banks, the mortgage lending stopped because they can't sell their loans to anybody. And we got to get mortgage loans going again, especially if people can't afford it. So they passed a law in Congress forcing Fannie and Freddie, and 5 years later, and all those bad loans, Fannie and Freddie went broke, and you and I bailed it out for $184 billion. This was Congress. The banks didn't do this. The banks didn't do this. So now she turns around and says, oh, we need Dodd-Frank bill, man. We need Dodd-Frank to make sure we don't have another housing crash. What do you mean? It was Congress, not the banks. So then they decided to go after the community banks. And we'll talk about that later. Yeah, go after the poor community banks. They spend, with all these new regulations, no wonder people couldn't get a loan. 78% of their time on meeting the 20,000 new regulations Obama put in place at a cost to each bank of $24 billion a year, 62 million man hours just through the paperwork. And that means for every loan officer they hired, they had to hire 6 compliance people to sit behind them to fill out the paperwork. And you wonder why the economy didn't grow? What are you, nuts? So now we got this I mean, it's just crazy, isn't it? So this is what's going on in the stock market. That's what the market, you got to understand. Do not listen to the politics. Do not listen to what's going on. Just follow the money. Follow the money. It makes it so easy. Then you can retire. You've got to build your money up to retire. You're not going to build your money up with a 401k. If you don't believe me, if you think I'm lying, I didn't belong to the Obama administration. If you think I'm lying, check it out. If you have a 401k, you don't understand. The fees are a killer. You're going to pay an average fee of 3%, but they're not going to tell you that because they bury 1% in the net asset value of the 401k that you can't find. Just a 1% fee, you lose 30% of the money you save for retirement. 30% is gone. 2%, you lose 60%. You know, when they went out and they did a survey to ask people with own 401ks, 84 million people, do you know how much you're paying in fees? They said, oh, I didn't know I had any fees. The majority of the people say, oh, I didn't know I was paying any fees. Can you imagine a person he thinks he's got $1 million set aside after 30 hours worth of work. I mean, 30 years working, he thinks he's got $1 million. If he's lucky, he's going to have $400,000 because it's all fees. He didn't get it. He think, oh, I didn't know I was paying any fees. So all you got to do is invest. Give you an idea. All you got to know is when the money's going in, money's going out. That's why I want you to please join the gang. $39.95. That's it. $39.95, and learn how to use the chart, and then teach your kids how to learn use a chart. It's so simple. Give you an example. Take Verizon, very popular. Verizon drops 9%. It started to drop 9%. It turned red and dropped 9%. So you knew not to get into Verizon, even though CNBC told you to get into Verizon. It's dropping by 9%, but now it turns green. Now you get into Verizon. So Verizon shoots up, get this, Verizon goes up 17%. The beautiful thing, Verizon turned red. So you don't have to worry. Is my money manager going to call me? The guy running my 401k, is he going to call me? My pension fund manager, he's going to call me. Is my broker going to call me? Get me out in time. See, you don't have to worry about that anymore. So it turned red, you knew to get out. And when it turned red, guess what? That beautiful, you had a 9%, you had a 17% gain. Once it turned red, guess what? You gave 13, if you didn't get out, you gave 13% of that gain back. Look how beautiful it is. Think about it. Your stock goes up 17%, but because it turns red on the chart, you didn't get caught giving back 13% of the 17%. Isn't that beautiful? But even better than that, when this market collides, when this market crashes, when this market corrects over the summer, and it goes down 20, 30%, when it turns red, you push a little button on the chart, on my chart, and it just says, sell short. That's all. You don't even have to know what it means. And when it turns green again, you get out and you made money as it goes down. So you're making money on the way down. You got to learn to make money on the way down. See, the problem with this country and the stock market, they never taught you to make money on the way down. Stocks go down. Remember this, stocks go up 73% of the time. 73% of the time. So how could you lose money all the time? Because you didn't know when to get out. And the other thing, they scared you not to stay into short. Join my gang right now. 877-600-GANG. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time, real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
To many, the stock market is shrouded in mystery.
When do I buy? What is the stop loss? Should I invest on earnings? Is it time to sell?
At Phil's Gang, we want to clear the investing fog for you. We want to make you an educated, confident investor and ultimately a profitable investor. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang team have been dedicated to teaching, guiding, and answering your investment questions. And with our new Phil's Gang website and customer support messaging system, we are available when you need us to answer your questions. Phil'sGang.com can be accessed from your home, office, or any location where internet is available. Plus, you never miss a beat because all material is archived. From beginner to seasoned investor, Phil Grandy has been helping thousands of people learn about the stock market and producing smart investing strategies. Whether you're preparing for retirement or looking to secure your financial future, learn, invest, and profit with Phil's Gang. That's Phil'sGang.com. For more information, call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. We're a teaching format, and boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated, so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated, but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market. The Max Vest 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the Max Vest is they follow the important money. The hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart is low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Anybody who puts money in my pocket is my friend. And Phil Grandy can do the same for you. Learn how to grow and invest your money. Here's Phil Grandy.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. We're talking today about the Dodd-Frank bill. You got to call your congressman and tell him to get rid of it because it's killing your jobs. You're not getting raises. You're not getting overtime because of Dodd-Frank. It's killing the community banks, which if you have a small business, it kills you. You can't borrow money. I mean, think about this. Because of the community banks, there's so few of them left. Because when you go in, they're so busy doing 64 million hours of paperwork. So 80% of the loans are now denied. That's right, 80% of the loans denied. And the 50% of the loans that get a loan, they're smaller amounts than they requested. Are you kidding me? Now, listen to this. Listen to the lying here.
Has business lending by commercial banks expanded or contracted?
Expanded.
That's a total lie. It hasn't expanded at all. It's contracted by 20%. She's lying. 20%. And 80% of the loans are denied. So how can she say that? And 50% of the loans are smaller than they requested. And because these community banks are going out of business. They're pushing them out of business on purpose. It's unbelievable. It's crazy what they're saying.
How many private sector jobs have been added to our economy?
Roughly 16 million since the trough in employment.
That's a total lie, too. That's a total lie. First of all, why don't you ask about the quality of jobs? The quality of jobs. Majority of the jobs are terrible. They're service jobs. They don't pay anything. They don't pay any benefits. And they're not in manufacturing. Most of them aren't in manufacturing. You make $54 an hour. Construction, $54 an hour. Or mining, you make $54 an hour. They're all $12 an hour jobs. And as far as 16 million jobs he created, what a lie. He didn't create 16 million jobs. In fact, Obama, net gain in jobs is a negative 14 million. He didn't create one new job in this country. She's a liar. Because he started to calculate in February 2010 his jobs. That's a year after he took office. If Obama would begin to his count in January 2009 instead of February 2010, wow, what a difference. You see? So the number of private sector jobs have increased not by 16 million, but 5.6 million, and not one did not create one new full-time job. Not one. These are all part-time crap. Isn't it amazing the lying that goes on? Oh my God, it's just terrible.
Have wages increased or decreased in the past year?
They have increased by most measures.
That's another lie. They have been adjusted downward. They were at 0.4% in, remember here and back here in December, 0.4%. They said it increased. And then come January, they revised it down to 0.2%. This is crazy. But wage growth, okay, of 2% is no wage growth at all. Because you got it. What about inflation? What about inflation? So if you got a 2% that they're claiming, which is their target, which is a lie, they're not telling you you've got to deduct the inflation. So what? You get 2%. What good is getting a 2% raise when you go to the grocery store and tomatoes are up 10%? Or chicken's up 14%. What a bunch of liars. You got to factor in wages and you got to factor in the inflation. Okay? And what about health care? Is your health care up? What you pay for health care? Sure. So if you've got a 2% wage hike, which is untrue, but let's use that, what about health care? You know how much health care has gone up? You know that. Some 50% your wage in health care has gone up. 50% or more your premiums. This is just total lies. Look.
Has the trend in aggregate household net worth been positive or negative?
Positive.
What, are you nuts? Positive? Boy, I wonder how long Maxine Waters, who is now, this is how dangerous. You know what she is? She's the head of the House Banking Committee. She makes all the decisions for us in banking. The one who said that last week that Putin was invading North Korea. Do you believe this? How dangerous she is? Household net worth has declined. For the poorest 20% of all Americans, median household wealth declined by a negative 9%. That's unbelievable. Or a negative $6,000. This is crazy. The middle class worker who elected Trump to make sure he gives us some change dropped by 28%. 28%. But she's lying. She's lying. She's lying. So this is, and again, and they're using that noise to try to push the market up. And the real problem for the stock market, not for us, because we don't care if it goes up or down, because we know when it's going to go up or down, especially when they get out. Hey, give you a good example. Take a stock like, take the banking stocks, a beautiful exchange traded fund. When you're my gang member, we always trade XLF. It's a good thing to invest in. You take all the banks, put them in one basket. What a beautiful thing. They turned green. Okay, after they dropped, they were red at $24. Turned red, and then went from $24 down to $18. Red. Now, but that they dropped 25%. But we knew not to be in them. You wouldn't have known not to be in it. You would have heard Kramer say something, and you would have jumped in. Went down. See how it saved us? So it got us out, but then it got us back in when it turned green later on, about a month later. And it went from $19, and I'm rounding it up to $23. That's a 21% gain, but it turned red to tell us to get out. Now, I'm not going to say every gang member got a 23% gain. That'd be stupid. I don't know where every gang member gets in. But I can tell you what every gang member knows is this chart works beautifully. Every gang member knows the most difficult thing in investing is not making money, is to get out in time. That's the most difficult thing in investing. When do I get out? Is somebody going to tell me? How many times did you call your broker? But here's another thing. This time when the market corrects, it's going to correct. It's going to correct. There's no question about it. Take a look at the dot-com crash. Take a look at the housing crash. Those were mild compared to the new QE crash. And they're all crashed. They all have the same reasons why they crash. Because at some point, as the stock market keeps going up, at some point products, whether it's technology, like the first crash, the demand stops. And when the demand stops, they start to deflate. And when the prices start to deflate, people get laid off. And so what they do to fight deflation, the Federal Reserve tries to cut rates to try to mitigate it so it doesn't go down. The deflation doesn't go down, keeps going down. Then the housing market, remember what happened? Same thing. We went straight, we had this big boom, and then when oil hit $150 a barrel and gasoline hit $4, and then people stopped driving, people stopped buying, then housing prices deflated. And then what did they do? They started to drop the prices, right? Prices started to drop, and they fought it with what? Cutting interest rates. But here's the big problem on this one, why this is going to be a doozy. Because this one has gone up 220%, this market. All fake, all front-loaded, but that's okay, long as it's green. Long as it's green, I'm going to buy. Well, you think on the way up it's green? I'm going to say, look at that. What terrible company. What terrible, what do I care? But this time, when we start to depreciate the prices, guess what? You can't stop it from dropping because you can't cut the rates because they're too low. And it's going to drop quickly. That's why join my gang. 877-600-GANG right now. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil's subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
If you're looking to make extra income, if you're looking to pay off bills and plan for your retirement, then check out philsgang.com. Philsgang.com is an online educational service that informs you, coaches you, and guides you on how to invest in the stock market. Get daily advice to buy stocks, short stocks, and learn when to get out of your positions. Philsgang.com provides daily webinars, alerts, educational tutorials, and all material is archived. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Here comes a new president, new beginnings, and new hopes, which can also bring volatile times. Many investors get spooked and begin to question their investments. But the thing to realize is that market volatility is inevitable, and it's a great opportunity to get in the stock market. No one at philsgang.com will tell you when the market correction is coming, and we will not promise you you're going to get rich, but we will guarantee you a good night's sleep. At philsgang.com, our number one goal is to inform investors who want to learn and invest in the stock market. We provide daily investment teaching strategies and the analysis of charting the stock market. You are informed around the clock with market webinars, market updates, working investor programs, and financial updates throughout the day. Plus, you'll enjoy the Phil's Gang customer service. Be prepared for market volatility and make profits with philsgang.com. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Would you like to know how to secure your financial future? At philsgang.com, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang staff teaches and coaches you to build a successful investing plan to achieve your goals. philsgang.com gives you instruction on how to find low-risk, high-potential investing opportunities in the stock market. If you're new to the stock market and want to master the basics of stock investing and learn how to invest in stocks with little risk, then philsgang.com is your place. Learn from their extensive collection of educational videos about investing strategies and the analysis of charting. Every weekday, philsgang.com hosts live market webinars. They post market updates throughout the day. They have working investor programs, and they provide financial updates throughout the day, and all material is archived. For only $39.95 a month, there is no other service like Phil's Gang offers. Start the new year off right. Secure your financial future with philsgang.com. Give them a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Put your money to work. Make your investments pay. Listen to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Tony in Alabama, Tony.
Enbridge.
Yeah.
Enbridge Incorporated, ENV.
Two thumbs up. I like Enbridge. They've got the green light from President Pipeline Trump. Man, he loves them.
Unbelievable. Oh, they got the green light from the president of oil building pipeline. President, oh, yeah, I like it. Are you out of your mind? This stock has been red. This stock's been red. It's still red. This stock so far has dropped 6%, and he's telling this guy, get in it. You don't have to know anything about this company. You don't have to know anything about it. Can you imagine? What a beautiful thing. You don't have to know nothing. Just take 5 top stocks like we do. The 5 stocks that are in most all the 401ks. And just put it on your chart. Learn how to use the chart. Tell your children, show them how to use it. Even in grade school, they should learn how to use it. They should have this chart in grade schools everywhere. It's so easy to use. Getting the people don't have to depend on a crooked Wall Street, and they don't have to depend on Social Security, and they can finally retire and have a great retirement. If you don't believe me, please try it for 30 days. Here's the number, 877-600-GANG. Join my gang, it's $39.95. Okay, so listen to this. This is unbelievable. More yelling. Does this sound like Janet Yellen and Maxine Waters got together and prepared all this?
Have the number of foreclosures increased or decreased in recent years?
They're, I believe, decreasing now.
By the way, you better, once you read the newspapers, they're decreasing, I can't even say it. The delinquencies today, just reported today, mortgage delinquencies are up the highest in 7 years. Well, a big spike. And she didn't know that. She didn't know that. Now listen to this. This is Janet Yellen. A congressman is asking a question. Listen how stupid she is. Listen.
Isn't it not true that if we would throw off the shackles of unreasonable regulation, that we would have had a faster, steeper recovery?
I mean, I would not generally agree with that.
You would not generally agree with that. So more regulation would have caused faster recovery?
Well, I haven't worked in a number of years, and I don't type, and I don't take dictation, and I'm not very good at figures.
Now, she is ahead of the Federal Reserve. And the person that's ahead of our banking committee that makes all the rules for our banks is Maxine Waters, who believes this.
And the fact that he is wrapping his arms around Putin while Putin is continuing to advance into Korea.
Yeah, so now she thinks, wow, Putin's invading Korea. Yellen says, oh, no foreclosures all over the place today. Spikes, the highest in 7 years for closures. Matter of fact, she should look at bankruptcies. Bankruptcies are exploding. She should look at car sales dropping, just unbelievable. Drops. Car sales are just dropping like off a cliff. GM down 21%, Ford 17%. So you telling me things are good when GM, people aren't buying cars anymore? What's wrong with these people? They're just liars. That's why you want to put money aside and you don't go to these people. You do it yourself. You do it yourself.
Consumer spending has continued to rise at a healthy pace, supported by steady income gains, increases in the value of households' financial assets and homes. Last year's sales of automobiles and light trucks with the highest annual total on record.
But what she's not saying is, guess what? People didn't buy an auto. They bought debt. Consumer debt is exploding. The amount of people that are being foreclosed, their automobiles and trucks that are being foreclosed, the repos are at historic highs. Student loans, 40% of all student loans are are in default. They don't tell you this. So you know what? Don't tell me anything. I don't want to know anything from you people. You're stupids. All of you are. You're all stupids. Here's all I want to know. I'm going to take one of my stocks, which I invest all year long, and I'm going to buy it when it turns green. And I'm going to sell it when it turns red. That's all I'm going to do. I don't have to know anything about the stock. I mean, this is unbelievable. Understand, Obama hated small business because he knew they have always formed the backbone of America, of our economy. He hated entrepreneurs because they are fiercely independent. They depend on no one but themselves. He hates that. And they want to be free of government. So he killed the small, he killed the banks, regulations by using the Dodd-Frank rule, because with the Dodd-Frank rule, he could put community banks out of business. Therefore, the small businesses didn't have a place to go to borrow money. And they couldn't expand. And where's all the jobs come from? 80% of our jobs come from small businesses. Yeah. And the other thing he did, not only did he kill the community, but kill the small businesses, because he hates the fact that small businesses these are people who are independent and depend on no one, because he wanted to build his government. He wanted to build his welfare empire, and he needs group thinkers. He doesn't want people who are independent thinking. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Look what he did. Now you kill this business. Let's talk about imported oil. Imported oil is a big drag on our economy. He never went to Congress and said, look, we got to come up with an oil plan. We got to come up with an energy plan. We got to stop importing oil. It's too expensive. Instead, he cuts an energy plan. Cuts 95% the oil that we drill on public lands. Are you kidding? And then he cuts shale drilling, 70%. That would have provided 800 billion barrels a day of oil to us, the consumer. So he made sure that we have to keep buying oil from overseas. from Mexico and from and in Saudi Arabia because he knew as long as oil is expensive, okay, as long as oil, we can't expand this country. If we can't expand our growth, and under him was just 1.5%, then that means, guess what? More people go on food stamps. More people go on welfare. And that's what he left Trump with. What a mess. Now, Trump has got to get smart. Trump has got to start realizing that, look, because there was no savings, because Obama wanted to make sure there was no savings, why he said to savers, look, I'm going to cut you down for 5%. You're not going to get CDs 5% anymore. You're not going to get savings passbook 5%. I'm going to drop you down to a 0.25%, because he knows that savings comes investment. And if there's no savings, you can't invest, which means that he knows now that Trump, in order to invest into roads and highways and bridges and tax cuts, he's got to go borrow money or he's got to print money. That means his deficits are going to go up. And when his deficits are going to go up, the stock market's going to go down. So Trump better hurry up and get on the bandwagon and start saying, see this market going up every day? I don't want to own it. I do not want to own it, because everybody's buying based on the rumor of what I'm going to do. We haven't discussed what I'm going to do. Wait till the tax plan comes out. That's why you buy on the rumor and sell on what? The fact. But you know what I'm going to do instead? The S&P right now, right here, very simple. All you do is take my chart, the S&P, and it was red. It started to turn green at $225. It's now $234. $225 to $234. That's up 4%. I can sleep like a baby, because you know why? I don't care what they're going to do with small business. I don't care what they're going to do with the capital set aside for the bank, for the big banks. I don't care. All I care is that just show me when it turns red, so I can make money, so I can keep the money. Remember, the thing to making money is keeping it. And the only way you're going to keep it if you know when to get out. 877-600 gang. Listen, I'm not going to make you rich. I never promised you I would. I don't know everything. I don't even have a high school education. I'm not proud of that. I wish I did. I wish I could go into college, become a lawyer. I wouldn't have to wear I wouldn't have to go into a gas station or a bank with a gun and a mask. I could just steal money legally. What a great occupation. You know what they did? This is a great thing. Capital set aside. So Obama turns around and he says, you know what? He said, let's kill all small community banks, kill all small businesses. We'll kill the economy. Food stamps will go up, everything will go up. But here's what we're going to do. Let's take the big banks and make sure the big banks don't loan either. So we'll tell the banks, we'll pass a law, Congress, that they got to increase their set aside for bad loans by $112 trillion. But we'll tell them, we at the Federal Reserve will take the 112 and we'll give them more money, more interest on the 112 they ever would do loaning it. And that's what they did. So that's why banks weren't loaning. That's why the economy didn't grow. Can you imagine all these things? And Trump, it's going to take a long time for him to turn this around. It's like turning around the Queen Mary. He better tell people this. Right now, call 877-600 gang. All you got to know is it green or red. That's how easy your life's going to be. Is it green or red? 877-600 gang.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my dreams.
philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy